Welcome to the home of WWE news, rumors, and gossip in real time. Click the bell, subscribe, and turn on all notifications today. Don't forget to become a channel member and send a super thanks donation below. And now, your host. He is the most consistent and dedicated in YouTube history, Seanzviewent.
Your instant review, your opinion, your own vision. What did you think about tonight's Monday Night Raw right at the top of the video? Were you for it? Were you against it? Did you like it? Were you on the edge of your seats? Was it unexpected? What to you on Raw tonight on Netflix an hour earlier tonight? Remember, Raw was on a lot earlier tonight. Well, not a lot earlier, but started earlier and ended earlier due to the NFL competition. What do you think to you? What to you tonight after watching Raw, after viewing it, after taking it in? The storylines, the angles, the matches, the moments. What was to you the match of the night? Who was the superstar of the night? What was the storyline of the night? What was the angle of the night tonight on Monday Night Raw? Who was the champion of the night? What hour of Raw was the best? Was it the first hour? Was it the middle? Was it the last? Was it the end? Was it what part of Raw were you interested in, invested in? And did you watch Raw the whole way through tonight on Netflix? And, ladies and gentlemen, this was the final Raw in the final ever appearance from John Cena in Springfield, Massachusetts on Raw tonight, as the world saw, as the world recognized, as we realized it, and as we got it. It kicked off huge. It kicked off big with John Cena. And as the night flowed, did it flow like a fine wine? Or was it jeopardized? Do you think that did this Raw sell you on wanting to watch? Did it get you even more excited? Did it get you even more amped up for Wrestlepalooza this weekend? Did the red brand, did Raw do what it had to do? Was its intentions felt for you tonight? Was it hot? Was it a scorcher? Was it rainy? Was it cloudy? Overall, what was it to you? Then we got the segment with AJ Lee and CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Becky Lynch. You had the in-rings, you had matches, you had backstages. I mean, this Monday Night Raw did offer up some things. Make no mistake about it. It can't be all negative on this one, guys. It cannot be all negative. Remember to become a channel member today. John Cena cut a promo about Brock Lesnar and says he's not afraid. He won't back down. LA Knight confronts Jay Uso. GM Adam Pearce steps in. Knight picks Jimmy Uso as his partner to face the Vision, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed. Jay Uso obviously isn't happy. Stephanie Vaquer and Io Sky finalize contracts for their Wrestlepalooza match. The Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane, interrupt, and then Vaquer beats Kairi by pinfall. Penta beat Kofi Kingston. The Vision, Seth Rollins, and Becky Lynch defeated LA Knight and Jimmy Uso in tag team action. And then the face-off segment, AJ Lee and CM Punk. And it ends with Lynch giving AJ Lee a manhandle slam, and the tension is building. It is going to be a thriller because, ladies and gentlemen, according to those in the know, building off the neck injury, and we all know the history. We all know how prolific the neck injury. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room as it concerns AJ Lee. She knows what it's like to have surgery. She knows what it's like to have a broken neck. We all know that AJ Lee slapped Seth Rollins, but then got attacked herself tonight on the red brand of Raw. And there was a lot of rumor and speculation, a lot of whispers that she could have re-injured, that she could have re-broken the neck that was severely injured several years ago, over a decade ago, over 10 years ago for AJ Lee in WWE. And now she comes back, and Seth Rollins said earlier tonight, this will be the biggest mistake of your life. You will regret doing something like this. You will regret stepping back into the ring. And is AJ Lee about to regret her decision for meeting and being with her husband, CM Punk? Has this thing really reached a boiling point? Has this reached the point of no return for AJ Lee? There is a lot of concern about that tonight. Also, shocking, The Rock's daughter, Ava Raine, blasted after Charlie Kirk's assassination. The Rock's daughter, Ava Raine's insensitive post after Charlie Kirk's death gets a lot of reaction, a lot of backlash online. Fans erupt. Ava Raine slammed after Charlie Kirk assassination backlash. The Rock's daughter, Ava Raine, in controversy after Charlie Kirk's death. WWE star Ava Raine under fire after Charlie Kirk assassination. And guys, I don't know what way you can turn this or which way you want to spin it, but Ava Raine in the hot seat over Charlie Kirk assassination fallout. And if you don't know what she said, you might want to look it up. It's worth looking into. So the momentum for the show, okay, and if you want Raw reviews, remember to subscribe, click the bell, and turn on all notifications if you want more reviews like this, because there may be plenty of Raw reviews on here, but let me tell you, nobody will give you the energy, nobody will give you the insight, nobody will give you the kind of heart and determination that I do. The momentum, the positives for WrestlePalooza ramped up nicely. Cena's promo, the contract signing, the face-off with Lee Punk, Lynch, and Rollins. All pieces are moving in the right direction. The stakes feel more real. Bayley's return adds something emotionally satisfying, and Lyra getting rescued gives the women's division some heat. Penta and Americano standout wins. Both get convincing victories, which builds up unpredictability, and it's good to see non-mainstream mid-card guys not just being fodder. The contract segment and match between Vaquer and Carrie Sane was clean, giving the woman something serious tonight. Overbooked drama, too many backstage segments, confrontations, and interruptions. Some feel that they dilute the match results rather than enhance them. AJ Lee's spot in the face-off, while the hype is deserved. AJ getting slammed by Lynch, manhandle slam before her return. Match feels risky. It weakens her aura a bit. Jey Uso and Knight, the stuff is being dragged out. The don't team with me and you have to pick angle has potential, but WWE needs to resolve or elevate it soon, or it will feel like filler in my estimation. Same results feel predictable with Penta over Kofi, Americano over Dragon Lee. Predictability isn't inherently bad, but it dilutes the tension if matches go as expected. Now, what this all, quite frankly, means moving forward. WrestlePalooza has a good setup now. Cena versus Lesnar looks bigger. AJ Lee's return will finally happen. Vaquer Sky has clarity. The Visions match is getting intrigue. And what about LA Knight, the main event at the end of the show? LA Knight couldn't let Jey Uso show him up after what happened last week. Oh, no. It's a tit for a tat. It's an eye for an eye. It's a tooth for a tooth with LA Knight and Jey Uso, as LA Knight hit Jey Uso with his finisher. And at first, this got played well, though, because it looked like LA Knight was going to strike Jey Uso. It looked like he was going to take out Jey Uso with a steel chair. But then Jey Uso turned around and noticed it, and he saw it. And he says, you know what? No, let's not do it this way. Let's be honest. Let's be real. You know, let's be men about this. LA Knight puts the chair down. They shake hands. They embrace. We all think that everything's all good and great now. And then all of a sudden, Jey Uso turns around and then walks right into a BFT. Bam! LA Knight lays out Jey Uso. So as you can see, this is far, far from over between these two men, between these two individuals. And even though at the end of the night, they lost, it was still LA Knight standing tall at the end of Raw. That will be the thing. You ain't going to remember, well, Jimmy Uso and LA Knight, well, they lost. They lost tonight on Raw. Well, you're not going to remember that. The last thing you're going to remember, the last image was of LA Knight hitting the BFT on Jey Uso. So obviously sending a clear-cut message to Jey and Jimmy Uso. And Jimmy Uso's in the middle of this entire thing. Where does he go? Who does he align with? Obviously, there's a lot to be said, and there's a lot going on during this entire damn thing. But viewers, fans, and subscribers, we're going to stay up to date on the AJ Lee breakneck situation. Did she re-injure it? Did she re-hurt it? Is AJ Lee not going to be 100% going into WrestlePalooza? There's all these different things going on, all these different shenanigans going on before Raw tonight. Well, I should say after Raw. See, I'm used to Raw still being on at this point because obviously Raw ended early. It started early. We are also receiving word right now, according to the dirt sheets, the websites, and the newsletters. AJ Lee and CM Punk's confrontation with Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins takes an interesting turn during Raw. What do you think about Bayley's hugger gimmick? What did you think about the Bayley hugger gimmick coming back, only for her to turn heel again later on in the night? Bayley is having all kinds of personas all over the place on Raw. Can we figure out, would the real Bayley please stand up? Would the real Bayley please stand up? Also, John Cena could make even more WWE history at WrestlePalooza, according to the dirt sheets, the websites, and the newsletters. John Cena explains why he accepted Brock Lesnar's WrestlePalooza match during WWE Raw. Also, the viewership for WWE SmackDown that saw the return of Cody Rhodes after weeks and weeks away. The undisputed WWE Champion, Cody Rhodes, returned, but what did the ratings, what did the viewership look like for SmackDown? Well, the WWE SmackDown viewership for September the 12th saw a decrease despite Cody Rhodes' return. Dax Harwood claims that he'll retire if he loses at AEW All Out. What do you think about Dax telling the world that, well, I'm going to retire if I can't get the job done, if I can't get the 1, 2, 3, it's over for me. Tiffany Stratton, we got breaking news. We got a developing story on that I'm going to bring to you in the next video. Also, breaking news. Gable Steveson reveals interest level in joining the Real American Freestyle Wrestling by the late, great, immortal Hulk Hogan. Nigel McGuinness expecting first child with longtime partner. Epic for that. Epic. That's great. Congratulations on that one. Also, viewers, fans, and subscribers, Gable Steveson is open to training with Brock Lesnar for MMA career. Booker T accuses fans of making up stories to cancel him over misheard WWE NXT remark. Booker T addresses possibility of more main roster appearances after SmackDown. Also, viewers, fans, and subscribers, we receiving word at this hour and at this time. Casey Lee and Jessica McKay hype 2026 swimsuit calendar with a bikini reveal. You can check that out. The photos, the pics are online. Also, viewers, fans, and subscribers, we are receiving word when it comes to Chris Benoit, when it comes to his wife and kids who are all now dead and no longer with us. One of them. Was it CTE that ended it? Was it all the brain trauma? Was there more to it than meets the eye? Paul Heyman rejects the CTE excuses in the Chris Benoit murders. Nancy and Daniel had no option. Did you think that they had an option? Did you think Chris Benoit's brain was screwed up? Was it as messed up as we're hearing, as we're seeing? It all boils down to your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions here on the Brash and the Brazen. Also, at this hour, Becky Lynch lays out AJ Lee on Raw, and huge updates coming in as Andrade thanks WWE following his exit from the company. What do you think about the exit of one Andrade and him thanking World Wrestling Entertainment? And again, even some wellness policy failures or a failure for Andrade as seen according to the dirt sheets, the websites, and the newsletters. So I don't know what's going to come around that. I don't know what's going to come or what's going to happen with that, but we can all expect the unexpected here on Seanzviewent, where we keep you glued to your screens, because that's what it ultimately means to me. So viewers, what's going to happen? What's going to go down? We got one more show till Wrestlepalooza. Can the WWE nail the SmackDown? Subscribe.